So, thank you everyone who has newly subscribed. I have got a few more people who have subscribed to the channel recently, which is lovely. It is going quite slowly, which is fine. Like I said, I am enjoying doing this, so it's all good. But to those who have subscribed, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And also thank you to those who are liking and commenting as well. If there are any videos that anybody would like me to do pop it in a comment. And all going well, I could hopefully add that to the list of the ones I'd like to do going forward. I am back whispering in this video now. I did try a soft spoken last time, and I may try doing it again, but I think I do prefer whispering. However, if anyone does have a preference and might like me to return to the soft spoken, then yeah, let me know in a comment and I can do that. So let us start. This first one is in the Fantastic Beasts series. So it is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and it's starring Eddie Redmayne. So I am a big fan of Harry Potter. I put the films, or one of the films I think, in my last Blu-ray collection, and I'm a big fan of the books, so I love the magical world. However, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a major fan of the Fantastic Beasts series. I know that is potentially controversial. I mean, I know a lot of people who are Harry Potter fans love them, and including my family actually, but I don't know if it's just the characters that maybe I don't feel too connected with. That could potentially be it. I do think Eddie Redmayne is amazing in it, so you know, the acting's fantastic, the effects are brilliant, and like I said, I do love the magical world. And I also really like the references to Harry Potter. However, the reason I'm maybe not the biggest fan potentially could be the characters or the storyline as in the plot. So I read the back of it. So there's a quote here: J.K. Rowling delivers a magical universe that's the Times. Every bit as good as Potter, quite possibly even better. That's the Mail on Sunday. I'm going to be honest, obviously I don't agree with that statement. Epic spectacle, heat, and a triumph, the sun. So you can see it's a 12 with moderate threat. That's a classification in the UK. I think obviously in other countries it's different, but yeah, we have UPG 12, 15 and 18, and yeah, this one's a 12. So something mysterious is leaving a patch of destruction in the streets of 1926 New York, threatening to expose the wizarding community. Newt Scamander so if I talk about it too much, I can potentially do that. So I'm not going to say much about the actual plot, other than the fact that it's excellent, it's scary, it's unsettling, it's exciting, and the acting is brilliant. So that's kind of all what I'm going to say about it. But if you haven't seen it and you like horrors, then I really do recommend it. It is a 15 for strong violence, gore, sex references, language. So I'll just read the back. When Chris Daniel Kaluuya, a young African-American man, visits his white girlfriend's Alison Williams' family estate, he becomes ensnared in the more sinister real reason for the invitation. At first, Chris reads the family's overly accommodating behaviour as nervous attempts to deal with their daughter's interracial relationship, but as the weekend progresses, a series of increasingly disturbing discoveries lead him to the truth that he could never have imagined. This speculative thriller from Blumhouse and the mind of Jordan Peele is equal parts gripping thriller and provocative commentary. Yeah, Alison Williams used to be in that comedy Girls. I remember watching that years ago. Okay, so that was the second one. So next we have Everest. This was a good film. This storyline was good. It was emotional, it was exciting, and I really liked the scenery. That's probably the best part of it. Had some really good acting. It's got so the people in it: Jason Clarke, Josh Brolin, John Hawkes, Robin Wright, Sam Worthington, Keira Knightley, Emily Watson, and Jake Gyllenhaal. I will read the back. So expert mountaineers Rob Hall and Scott Fisher lead rival expeditions to scale the highest peak on Earth, Mount Everest. Their quest becomes dangerous when the fearless climbers collide head-on with one of the fiercest blizzards in the mountain's history. Faced against impossible conditions, the limits of human spirit and physical endurance are put to the ultimate test in an epic struggle for survival in this chilling, edge-of-your-seat thriller based on actual events. Everest is a dizzyingly visual adventure that will knock the wind out of you. That's Peter Travers, Rolling Stone, who wrote that quote. So yeah, that is worth a watch. I think it's good in terms of the scenery, and it's entertaining, and it's quite emotional. I think I probably did well up because I didn't do in sad parts of films. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's amazing. I think that's where I'm at. Here we have number 4. This is Baywatch. So it's got Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron. I did really like this film. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a good laugh. It's a very stereotypical Baywatch situation. There's obviously some very attractive movie stars in it, and it's obviously set on the beach. It is just a pretty good comedy. I wouldn't say it's like the funniest film I've ever seen, but I'd say it's entertaining and enjoyable. So I'll just read the back. Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron team up and go way beyond the call of duty in this wild and outrageous action-packed comedy. When a dangerous crime wave hits the beach, legendary Mitch Buchanan leads his elite squad of badass lifeguards on a mission to prove they don't have to wear a badge to save the bay. Joined by a trip of hotshot recruits, including former So suit up and dive into action with the film critics are calling bawdy, sexy and fun. Okay, the next Blu-ray is The Girl on the Train, and this is starring Emily Blunt. So, this film I think is amazing. Actually, out of all of the ones that I've got in this selection, I'd say this one and Get Out are probably the best. I mean, Emily Blunt's acting in this is incredible. I don't know if she won an award for it or not. I can't remember, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's pretty amazing. As it says here, the darkest, sexiest, most daring thriller of the year. It's based on a book, a psychological thriller. I haven't actually read the book, however, my brother has and said it's really, really good. So maybe people prefer to read the book before watching the movie. But I've only seen the movie, and just on its own, I think it's amazing. It's scary, it's thought-provoking, and it's upsetting in parts. So I'll read the back. The Girl on the Train is based on Paula Hawkins' best-selling thriller that shocked the world. Rachel, played by Emily Blunt, devastated by her recent divorce, spends her daily commute fantasizing about the seemingly perfect couple who live in a house that her train passes every day. Everything changes when she sees something shocking happen there and becomes entangled in the mystery that unfolds. I would say that that's one paragraph really doesn't highlight anything that particularly happens because obviously it doesn't want to give it away, but yeah, it's about a lot more. There's a lot more to it. So we're down to the last few Blu-rays now. This one is called It, and it is another horror film. It's quite scary actually, to be honest. Well, it's creepy in some ways. I don't find these types of things as scary because it is just like complete fantasy. However, it makes you jump. It's creepy. It's that style of horror, and I don't like things that make me jump. So yeah, I was a little bit creeped out because I saw it in the cinema. It was actually me and my husband's third date, so yeah, so quite a while ago, and I just remember it actually being really creepy and trying not to look too scared, because obviously I didn't want to look like a wimp on our third date. But yeah, there are some scenes that do freak me out and make me jump, says, the only way these kids can survive it is together. So yeah, it's based on the book by Stephen King, and it's a 15 for strong horror, violence and language. Because this case is a little bit broken, I don't think it makes that great tapping sounds, because there's a little bit that kind of gives it a bit of a ring to it, so yeah, I might leave it for the others to tap on. So the penultimate one I've got here is La La Land, starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Here's to fools who dream. So this is a musical, and I really like it. I do love musicals. I'm going to be honest, it's not like up there in my top favourite musicals. I'd probably say it's like, actually it might make the top 5, but maybe be the 5th. I don't know, I love Grease and Mamma Mia and High School Musical, big fan of that one. And Chicago, that's a great musical. I think I had that one in my last collection of Blu-rays. Yeah, so there's so many other musicals I like, but I do really enjoy this one, and I do think Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling are really good in it. It's worth a watch. There's great songs in it as well, and some really good choreography. It is very emotional, so I mean I cried, like I really cried. I saw it in the cinema and I was like tearing away at it. I seem to have seen a lot of these in the cinema, which I didn't realise I used to go to the cinema that often, because I currently don't go very much. So it's a bit of a reminder of how often I used to go. Just having a read at the back. Winner of 6 Academy Awards, including Best Director for Writer-Director Damien Chazelle, and winner of a record-breaking 7 Golden Globe Awards, La La Land is more than the most acclaimed movie of the year. It's a cinematic treasure for the ages that you'll fall in love with again and again. Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling star as Mia and Sebastian, an actress and jazz musicians pursuing their Hollywood dreams and finding each other in a vibrant celebration of hope, dreams and love. A sun-drenched masterpiece. And the Times gave it 5 stars and the Daily Telegraph gave it 5 stars. Sorry, I know I'm not reading the back of these very well, but I'm struggling to actually see them. Yeah, this one's a 12, just for infrequent strong language. So yeah, it's a great film, really good musical, won a lot of awards. So the final movie that I have here, it is Hacksaw Ridge, and it's based on the incredible true story, and it has actually been said to be inspirational as one of the quotes, and 5 stars from the Evening Standard. I do agree with that, it is quite inspiring. It's literally, the story is absolutely incredible. I'll read the back because then I know I won't give stuff away, but I mean it is a true story, so people might actually already know it even if they haven't seen the film. But yeah, it's so moving, it's so amazing what this man did, and I was really it's a war movie, so obviously there's a lot of violence, a lot of gore, that type of thing, but the effects are brilliant, the acting is incredible. It's got Andrew Garfield, who is amazing in loads of films he does. So yeah, I think like nearly all of these films I'm literally saying are brilliant. But yeah, this one's probably up there. I'd say this one, Get Out, and The Girl on the Train are like my three favourites of this collection. But yeah, this one definitely worth a watch. Even if you're not the biggest fan of war films, there is like an emotional side to the story as well. It isn't just about them being in battle. So yeah, okay, I'll read the back. Hacksaw Ridge is the epic and inspiring true story of Desmond Doss, Andrew Garfield, an army medic and conscientious objector who, during one of the bloodiest battles of World War II, saved 75 men without firing or carrying a gun. Mel Gibson directs this all-star supporting cast, including Sam Worthington, Hugo Weaving, Teresa Palmer, Luke Bracey, and Vince Vaughn. And yes, it's 15 for strong, bloody, violence, gory, injury detail. Yeah, it is incredible, and the fact it's a true story as well. Honestly, it's really one of the most inspirational films I have ever watched, so I feel like that quote is worthy for the movie. But yeah, fantastic. So, to summarise, we have looked at Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. I'd probably give that one I'd probably give it 4 stars just because of the magical effects. They do look incredible, and I do think it is the best one of its series. And the acting's great, so yeah, I'd give it 4 stars, but it just might not be my complete cup of tea. Get Out, 5 stars. Everest, I think I'm going to give it 3 stars, just because I just don't think it's up there compared to some of the others. As I've said, I think the acting's great and the scenery looks incredible, but I just don't think it's up there as a 4 or 5 in my opinion. Baywatch, yeah, 3 or 4. It's funny, but not the best comedy, but the actors kind of make it, so yeah, 3 or 4. Girl on the Train, I'd give 5. It, I'd probably give a 4. La La Land, I'd probably be a 4, and Hacksaw Ridge, I'd probably give a 5. So yeah, I do like all of these movies, hence the fact I've got them, but definitely The Girl on the Train and Hacksaw Ridge and Get Out would be the top 3 of this collection. Okay, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this video. I know there isn't many triggers in this other than obviously some occasional taps that I've done on the cases. Yeah, I thought it's quite nice just to go through and talk about some of the Blu-rays that I own. But yeah, all I can say is thank you very much for listening, and thank you again to anybody who has commented, liked or subscribed to the channel. As I keep saying, I do appreciate it. It's very nice of you. Hopefully you're finding this relaxing, and hopefully this has caused some